Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you are doing fine. Welcome to Learn with Anil, and today we are going to have a wonderful session on do, does and did. Let us keep a full stop for the confusion among these three words, do, does and did. We can easily learn the differences among these three, and we can quickly make out the differences, and also we can use them in our sentences very easily after this session. I will guarantee, just listen to it from beginning to the end and note down the rules, remember those rules, and you will definitely understand the difference and the usage also. It's very simple and very useful also. Okay, let us begin this session. Why do we use this do, does and did? We use them for making the sentences questions or negative. Many a times we use this do, does for making a sentence a question or a negative sentence. Let us see some examples here. Do you play cricket? Does he like chicken? Does she watch movies? Do I need to return this book? Here I use do and does in my sentences in order to make the sentences questions. Yes or no? They sound like questions. Just because I used do and does at the beginning of my sentences, they became questions. And we use it for framing negative sentences also in the simple present tense and simple past tense. I'll explain you briefly about this simple present tense. Don't worry about it. I don't like cricket. What did I say? I don't like cricket. She doesn't like chicken. Here not is combined with do and does, and these sentences have become negative. I don't like cricket. She's not interested in eating chicken, so she says she doesn't like, or we say she doesn't like chicken. So the confusion arises with do and does. Why some sentences take do and why some other sentences take does? What's the difference? And another confusion also arises in the beginners about like, likes, play, plays, finish, finishes. What? Why some verbs are taking s and es at the end of those verbs? Why this s is added to the verb? This is a confusion again, right? So where to use do and where to use does, why to add s and why not to add es, or why not to use without s and us, such questions will have an answer in this session. So let us start with basics now and quickly brush up our knowledge. You must have heard about tenses. Have you heard about tenses? Definitely you must have heard about tenses. Here I don't want to dig deeper into the topic of tenses, but let us simply see or briefly see simple present tense. Okay, we use simple present tense for regular or habitual actions. Why do we use this simple present tense? What is simple present tense? I'll tell you now, but we use simple present tense for expressing regular or habitual actions of ours. So for example, if you have the habit of going to a temple every Saturday, what would you say? You would say, I go to temple every Saturday. This sentence is in simple present tense. Okay, so every Saturday, I go to temple every Saturday. But we don't say I'm going to temple every Saturday, because it's a hobby of yours and you go every Saturday and you use simple present tense only. And if it is not a hobby, then you can say I'm going to temple every Saturday. But if it is a hobby, you use simple present tense. Then what is the simple present tense? What's the structure of simple present tense? How to use this simple present tense? Let us see now. The structure is subject plus verb form 1 plus object. Then what is this verb form 1? This is a question again. And let us take the verb go. Go has got 4 forms, right? Go, went, gone, going. This first verb, go, the first form of the verb go among go, went, gone, going, go is considered to be verb form 1. and this is also called as present form of the verb. Okay, so subject plus verb form 1 plus object is simple present tense. Another verb, if we take, took, taken, taking, and in this take is verb form 1. So the verb form 1 or present form of the verb, above verbs are go and take. Now understood the structure of simple present tense. Subject means doer of that action, and object means one who receives that action, and the effect of action is shown on the object. So let's write an example here. I go to temple every day. I go to temple every day. What's the subject here? I is the subject, go is the verb form 1. Right? So subject plus verb form 1 is simple present tense. If we have to make sentence a question, we need a helping verb. We make questions using helping verbs. Let us see some examples here. Are you going to temple? Are you writing now? Is he a boy or a girl? Do you know Sachin Tendulkar? Here do, are, is, all these are helping verbs. Without helping verbs, we cannot make questions. We make questions using helping verbs. And in these sentences, I go to temple, he eats chicken, or he likes chicken. In these sentences, there is no helping verb. If I say he is going to temple, there is a helping verb called is, and you can simply make it a question. Is he going to temple? Is brought before the subject and we make it a question. But in this sentence, he goes to temple or she goes to temple, we don't find a helping verb. We don't find a helping verb in the sentence itself, and that is why we take the help of do or does in order to make this simple present tense sentence into a question. Okay, let us see with the examples and let us practice and let us understand how these do, does are used in order to make these sentences questions and negative. Shall we start? So the simple rule is, in order to make these sentences questions, we use do or does. That means whenever you find the present form of the verb in a sentence, use do or does to make that sentence a question. Okay, in order to make questions in simple present tense, we use do or does in simple terms. So the question, I go to temple every day, what's the question form for this sentence? Do I go to temple every day? Do I go to temple every day? So I used do in order to make this a question. And let's talk about does now. When to use does? Let us see. He goes to temple every day. We don't say he go to temple every day. Why he goes to temple? Here go is not used, but es is added to the main verb, that is go. Why this es is added to the main verb? The rule is similar to that of have or have. This personal pronouns. Let's see the personal pronouns. I, we, you, he, she, it, they. These are the pronouns we have. Among these pronouns, what are the plural pronouns we have? I, we, you, they are to be considered as plurals in English pronouns. Okay, remember this rule. I, we, you, they, and all other plural subjects. All these plural subjects, including I, we, you, they, will take do as helping verb. Do as their helping verb. And he, she, it. Among the pronouns, he, she, it, and all singular subjects will take does as helping verb. Simple rule. I, we, you, they, and all plurals do. He, she, it, and all singulars does. Here, see the examples. He goes to temple, but it is not he go to temple. She goes to temple, it is not she go to temple. It goes to temple. Ramu, Raju, Sita goes to temple. And in order to make these questions, does he go to temple? Does it go to temple? Okay, so like that, does is used in order to make questions, and this es that was added to go is removed. Okay, does it go to temple? Does she go to temple? Does he go to temple? The negative sentences. Let us say the negative sentences here. He doesn't go to temple. She doesn't go to temple. It doesn't go to temple. Like that, not is added to this does and it is made a negative sentence. Very simple. And let us see the subjects that are plural. I go to temple, they go to temple, we go to temple, you go to temple. I, we, you, they. I said these are to be considered as plurals in English. Though I is singular, you have to consider that to be a plural in English. Though you, sometimes it can be a singular, but it has to be considered as a plural in English, and es or s should not be added to the main verb in the sentence. That is why you go to temple, but it is not you goes to temple. I go to temple, but it is not I goes to temple. And in order to make it a question, do I go to temple? Do they go to temple? Do we go to temple? Do you go to temple? Like that, I, we, you, they and all the other plurals take do for making interrogative sentences or questions. And in order to convert them into negative also you use do. I or we or you or they don't go to temple. Okay, so this is how we use do for plural subjects. Okay, so it all depends on the number of the subject. If it is a plural or a singular, you have to find out the subject first and you have to identify if it is a singular or a plural. If it is a singular subject, use does. If it is a plural subject, use do. If it's a singular, we add s or es to the main verb. This is also a rule to be remembered. If it's a singular subject, we add s or es to the main verb in the simple present tense. And as I said, for habitual actions or regular actions, he goes to temple every day. Here I added es to the main verb go in order to make this sentence a simple present tense. We should not simply say he go to temple, because es is added to the main verb in simple present tense. And we can also make this sentence a negative and a question by saying, does he go to temple? He doesn't go to temple. And if the subject is plural, we don't add this s or es to the main verb in the sentence. Like in the sentence, they go to temple, but we don't say they goes to temple. And for making question or negative, we use do they go to temple. Do they go to temple? Does he go to temple? They don't go to temple, for making it a negative sentence, right? So these are the rules. Okay, also answer the simple present tense sentences in simple terms by saying, yes, he does. Yes, I do. Or if you don't, then you say, or we can say, no, he doesn't. Or no, I don't. These are the answers for the above questions. If I say, do you go to temple? No, I don't. Do you like cricket? Yes, I do. Does he watch movies? Yes, he does. If it is not, no, he doesn't. So the simple logic to remember here is I, we, you, they and all plurals take do. He, she, it and all singulars take does. Very simple, right? And we use them for making questions and negative sentences. If it is past tense, you don't need to worry about it. If it is simple past tense, for past habitual actions, I say I went to temple every day. Second form of the verb is used in order to make simple past tense. Go, went, gone, going, and in among these verb forms, went is used for making simple past tense sentences. I went to temple. When I say I went to temple, in order to make it a question, did I go to temple? I did not go to temple. For making it a question, did I go to temple? For making it a negative, I did not go to temple. And he also takes did. She also takes did. All the subjects will take did. Whether it is singular or plural, all the subjects, including singulars and all the plurals, they take did as a helping verb in simple past tense. Okay, I did not go to temple, she did not go to temple, they did not go to temple, it did not go to temple, and I did not, did I go, did she go, did it go, did they go, all the subjects for making questions and negative. So did is not a thing to be worried about, but do, does, you need to understand, you need to practice, and you need to master these do or does in order to sound accurate. I hope you enjoyed this session, and we'll meet in the next session. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye.